Hi everyone, Tori here. To start off this video, I'd like to start off with a disclaimer saying that I do love Ohayocon and I have been attending Ohayocon since 2009, and any remark I made towards the convention is purely for fun and meant mostly as a joke for those of you who have already attended the con and understand what I'm talking about. So with that out of the way, it brings us to today's video subject, which is the Ohayocon Survival Guide video. Alright. It's January again, guys. You know what that means? Be ready to get packed into elevators like sardines, get crammed into a hotel room, wait in line for hours, and of course, be crowded. You know what that means, guys? It's time for Ohayocon. Alright. So, in all seriousness, Ohayocon is a good convention. It is located in the Hyatt and Convention Center that is attached to the Hyatt in Columbus, Ohio. I believe, don't quote me on this, it had 12,000 attendees last year, or had counted 12,000 attendees last year, so it's definitely getting bigger over the years, and I do believe it is one of Ohio's biggest conventions, which obviously means it's a great convention to meet people at and have big events. I swear, every time I do a video, we're watching a dog that makes a lot of noise. Right now, she's rubbing against the bed that's on the floor. First thing about Ohayocon that I do want to get out of the way for anybody that has not attended Ohayocon yet is that it is very crowded. It's an incredibly crowded convention, and it is actually usually surprisingly very hot in the hotel because you're packing so many bodies into one space that it can be very hot. I wore Dark Magician Girl one year, and I was hot in Dark Magician Girl, so that gives you any idea about how hot it can get in this place. Next thing is there is a food court in the hotel, which is incredibly convenient, but be prepared to wait in line for hours. Last year, Laura is one of the people that typically does vlogs with us, waited in line for ice cream for I think an hour, hour and a half, and it was like, I want to say it was 10 o'clock at night by then. Usually the subway line is almost in the lobby. I do actually think they have two subways though. If I remember correctly, I believe there's two subways. I know there's a chicken and egg, the ice cream place, and I believe a noodle place. There might be somewhere else in there. I don't eat at the food court that often, but it's definitely there, especially if you're staying at the Hyatt because you have to pay to get your car out and go somewhere. So it's a great resource, but at the same time you're going to have to wait in line for a long time. And of course the next thing I want to talk about is please shower. Please. Deodorant is your best friend, and showers are amazing. Like, please shower. Excuse you. I always have an issue with the dog, don't I? This isn't even my dog! Olivia, I'm trying to do a video about Ohayocon and you're not helping. Yes, you are a little too large for this. Oh, please don't get in this chair. Okay. Forgot what I was talking about. Alright, so. Right, okay, shower. Showering's a good thing. Please shower. Please. The next thing is, Ohayocon can be a little disorganized. I don't mean to say this to you or anyone from the convention, because it is a good convention, but it can be a little disorganized, and it has had a lot of organization issues in the past. I know last year they didn't get the schedule out until late Friday night, I believe, except if you had a smartphone, and at the time none of my friends had smartphones. We're a little behind the times here. So it was a little hectic for us trying to figure out where everything was. But that being said, it is a fun convention, so please don't let it deter you that it can be a little disorganized and a little chaotic at times. I will state that I do not typically go to panels, so I don't know what it's like to go to panels. I have heard that you have to get in line very early to make it to a panel. I know a friend wanted to go to a panel at 10 o'clock, and I believe she started to go to the convention at 8 o'clock. Now, I think that might be a little ridiculously early, but I don't. It tends to be a really good convention for costumes. A lot of people tend to pull out really big costumes, which leads me into the next thing. If you see a person with a large costume, please do try to move around them instead of trying to make them move around you. It's probably harder for them to move around, so do try to get out of their way and not run into them or separate them from their handler. Just because it is such a crowded space that you want to make sure that people that need somebody to assist them have those people around. Another thing to talk about for Ohayocon, I don't know what it is, but the Hyatt has a tendency to kill cell phone batteries. I know one year we had 4 people in our group, and all of our cell phones died by the end of the day. And typically my cell phone will last 3 days. So it has a tendency to suck out battery life of cell phones. So if you do have a portable charger, I definitely recommend you bring it because there are places to plug things in. If you go to the hobo stairs, as my friends and I like to call them, there are plugs there that you can plug things in and charge them. I don't know the location of any other plugs that you can get to, but you can definitely get to those. We've charged things in them before in the past. So definitely keep that in mind if any of the electronics die, is to rush over to the hobo stairs and find a plug. Most of the events at Ohayocon are located in the Hyatt and not in the convention center. Although I do believe there might be a cafeteria in the convention center. Don't quote me on that because I typically do not go in the convention center, but you can access the convention center without having to go outside. And it's usually very cold outside and very snowy, so I definitely recommend you do not go outside to get to the convention center and go inside. Ohyocon's dealer's room, I do believe, is a no pictures dealer's room. Or if you do take pictures, you have to step off to the side, and I definitely recommend doing this. If you ask to get your picture taken, maybe ask them if they'll step off to the side. Or if you want to take someone's picture, ask them if they'll step off to the side, because again, this is a very crowded convention usually, and the dealer's room is obviously the source of a lot of traffic, and there are usually a lot of people in the dealer's room at once, so you definitely don't want to clog up the aisleways. So it would be immensely helpful if you stepped off to the side to take pictures in the dealer's room. And Ohayocon does usually have a rather large dealer's room as far as selections go, at least compared to the conventions I've been to. It has a relatively nice dealer's room, especially if you're looking for figures. I always find Ohayocon to have very nice figure selection. The artist alley is actually usually located in a upper floor above the dealer's room. I know some people had a really hard time finding it last year or didn't know it existed. So you actually have to go upstairs or up an escalator to get to the artist alley. You can actually see it from the dealer's room. If you're staying in the dealer's room and look up, there's a rim that goes around the dealer's room, and that's where the artist alley is. And likewise, if you're in artist alley and you look down, you'll be over the dealer's room. And it usually goes all the way around. So I know sometimes that can be hard to find, and sometimes the signs don't always lead you the right way. So definitely be sure to check out artist alley. Ohayocon is a non-fan art artist alley, which means that the art there is all originally created by the people that are selling it, which is always very nice. You'll get something unique and wonderful. So I definitely recommend you check out artist alley. They usually have a very nice artist alley selection. Be careful, be safe, always go with a buddy, always have your cell phone ready and on hand to use. You know, all those mom things that moms tell you, I'm going to tell you. That's about all I have to say regarding Ohayocon as far as any tips and advice. If I didn't cover anything that you want to know about Ohayocon, or if you want more information on anything, please don't be afraid to comment below or message me, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. So for those of you who are like me and haven't finished your costumes yet, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope everything goes well for you. And if you'd like to meet up with us, I do not know exactly who I'm wearing yet. I know I'll be wearing Calum, the male trainer character from X and Y, and Laura will be wearing Serena, the female character from Pokemon X and Y. Sometime this weekend, I will be wearing Licia on Saturday, a character from Pokemon Auras, and I am hopefully bringing N from Pokemon Black and White, though he's very much up in the air, so keep an eye out for us. You probably can't miss us. We'll probably be making dumb faces at the camera the whole time. So if you see us, say hi, and we'll definitely be thrilled to meet all of you. So I hope you have a wonderful January, and I hope your Ohayocon is fantastic. So, bye!